In this video, I'm going to show you the best free ways to do maintenance on your Windows 10 computer to keep it running good, free of charge. You don't have to take it to a technician. You don't have to pay anybody to do it. This is what you do. Video coming up right now. Hi everybody, this is Mike at MSL Computer Service. My channel, what I do is I help people with their computers. I help people learn how to do basic maintenance on their computer. I help people how to repair their computers. That's all I do on this channel. So if you have a computer issue, which everybody always has, their computer's running slow, everyone has a computer, they use it for surfing, people use them for business and gaming and doing work. Sometimes people are on for hours. Computer has become a much essential part of our life as our cell phone. A cell phone is essentially a small computer. Now you're on Windows 10, okay? Now you go to the run box, okay? You go to start, you go to run, and you type in temp, T-E-M-P. You hit OK. When the screen comes up, you'll see a lot of stuff on the right hand side, and those will all be temporary files. You don't need them on your computer. You want to get rid of them because they're going to slow your computer down. Highlight one of the files on the right, hold down the Control A key, and then hit delete on your keyboard. You might have to do it 2 or 3 times before you get rid of them all. Don't feel bad if you can't get rid of all of them. If you can get rid of most of them, great. Then you close the screen down. Next, you go back to the run box. You type in prefetch, P-R-E-F-E-T-C-H. You hit OK. You go to the next screen. You'll see prefetch. You might have to hit continue to get to the next screen. But after you hit continue, you'll see the same thing. You'll see a whole bunch of files on the right-hand side. They're just temporary files, and they'll slow your computer down. So make sure you do Control A, highlight them all, and hit delete on the keyboard and get rid of them. Then you close down that window. You type in, go back to the run box again the third time. You type in %, temp, %. You hit OK. You'll be back to that continue, or it'll take you right to the window where you remove everything. Do Control A, remove all that, then you can close out to that window. You just got rid of all your temporary stuff. It may take some time. It's kind of like your car. You need a tune-up every now and then. Well, this is cleaning out all the bugs that have gotten there from you doing searches on the internet and things like that. Anytime you go to the internet, you go to websites, you get all these files on there. So you want to remove them all. Next thing you do is if you use history, if you go to clear your history, you use Chrome browser. Okay, you open up the browser, you go to the upper right corner, you'll see 3 vertical dots. You click on that, you'll see where it says history. You hover over history, you move your mouse to the left. And then when you move your mouse to the left, you click on history, left click. Then you'll see all these history entries. You make sure you put check marks in all of them by hitting the Control A again and put a check mark in. It will check mark about 50 of them or 100. Then you hit delete on your keyboard. You might have to do that several times to get rid of all your history entries. Do that until they're gone. Then close that window out. Then you go into the control panel. You go to the bottom where it says search on the left hand side on the bottom. You type in control panel. You open up, you click go or enter on your keyboard. You go to the control panel. When you get to the control panel, you go to where it says internet options. When you open internet options, this will be a window and it'll tell you what website comes up when you open your browser. If it says all this gibberish stuff in there, erase that. Type in www.google.com, hit apply on the bottom, then hit OK. Okay, you do that. When you click on Google Chrome, you want it to open up to the Google Chrome browser. You don't want it to be directed to all these different crazy places, okay? Then you go back in the control panel. You go to where it says Programs and Preferences. You double click that. Now you'll see a whole list of programs in order on the right hand side. Every program in there is what's installed on your hard drive in your computer. Go down that list very carefully. If there's programs you don't use or you hardly ever use, highlight each one of them, go to the top and hit uninstall. That's a very good tip. You want to do that for every single program you don't use. Make sure you're not deleting something or removing something that's important. If it's a game you put on there or it's a toolbar, highlight it. If you're not sure what it is, leave it alone and go to the next one. But you have to make sure you know what you're uninstalling. Then when you're done with all that, you close that window out. And then you'll have a lot of different programs that were on there. They'll be off the hard drive. The hard drive will work much more efficient. Another thing you could do is you close that window out. You go back to the bottom left-hand corner of the Start menu, open that up, and then you go to this PC. You click on this PC, you'll see C drive, D drive, you might even see an E drive, which would be a USB drive. Well, you go to C drive, you right-click on it, and then you left-click Properties at the bottom of that. You click on Properties, then you'll see two areas on there. One will say disk cleanup, and the other one will say disk optimization defrag. First you start with the cleanup. Click on that. It'll take a little while, but run the disk cleanup until that's done. Once that's completely done, follow the prompts till that's done, and then clean up whatever it shows you, and then you go to the disk optimization. You click that, you make sure it's on C drive, then you hit where it says optimize, and you click that, and you wait a while. It's going to take a little while. It's going to go through your hard drive, and it's going to fix all the errors and all the problems in there. Once that's done, it might take half an hour or 45 minutes to an hour. Then close that out. Once you close that out, then you're ready for the next thing. What I recommend to do is you shut your computer down. Do this when you have time, when you're not using the computer for anything. And if it's a desktop, you unscrew the side and you get something small like a Q-tip and you clean all the dust off your fans. You have a fan in the middle of the computer, which is on top of your CPU. You clean those vents, make sure you clean the dust off. You clean the dust out of your computer and the dust in the fans. Don't get any water or anything wet on there. After you do that, you put the side back again. Make sure if you use a desktop or even a laptop computer, keep it in a well-ventilated area. Don't keep it like in between a shelf where it doesn't get any air or circulation. There's fans moving in a computer. Some of them blow air out, some of them take air in. You want to keep that desktop on a piece of wood or something if it's on the floor, or you want to have that laptop on your desk sitting, nicely on your desk in a well-ventilated room. And smoking and people with houses with a lot of dust in them, if you have a lot of like shag carpets, you'll bring up a lot of dust. So make sure you try to keep your rugs clean and also clean those fans good, and make sure you have a fan for a good circulation when you're using the computer. Those are very important things you have to do. And also, make sure you get a program called CCleaner. CCleaner will clean out, it's a free program. It's called CCleaner, just spelled C, and that's the letter C, third letter of the alphabet, and cleaner. It's all one word. Download CCleaner, run that. After it's done, it automatically will clean all your problems, like what it finds. It'll clean them all. Then go to the left-hand side, and it'll say Registry. That's another important thing. Click on where it says Registry, then click where it says Scan my registry, and if it says Backup Windows, just hit No, and then scan the computer, and if it finds anything, let it scan. It's going to take 5-10 minutes. Finds anything, click Remove. After you click remove, you can close that out. So those are very important things to do. And another thing, make sure all your wires under your computer or around your desk, if you're home with your computer and you got all kinds of wires, make sure they're in very neat, and that way you know what goes to what. Just if you have to disconnect something, you know what every wire is. Make sure you clean the dust off the back of your desktop. That's very important too. And happy computing. And if you have any questions about any computer issues you're having, please let me know. Another thing, if your computer doesn't start and it's a desktop or a laptop, just won't come on at all, you unplug it, turn it upside down. If it's a laptop, unscrew, get a little tiny Phillips screwdriver, take out the memory, put it back in, then try to start it. It may start right up. That goes the same for a desktop. If your desktop won't start up, unplug it, open the side panel, take your memory out one at a time by unclipping the two clips on the side of the memory. Make sure you remember where it goes back in, and remember it's keyed. There's a little slot on the bottom of the desktop memory. It has to go in the same way, and when you hear that click, then it's in. Make sure both sides are up straight after you put the memory in. Give it some even pressure, not too much. Push it in, and it will lock back in. Then start your computer, and 9 out of 10 times it'll start up again. If you got any benefits or anything out of this video and any of my other videos, please consider subscribing to my channel and watch my other videos. I have several other videos that will help you. And if you have a comment on anything, leave it below. If you have any good tips of your own that you find helpful that you fix your computer with, please leave them below. And if you have your own issue that is different from what I talked about, definitely leave it below and I'll make a video on that, or I'll answer your questions for you. Again, this is Mike at MSL Computer Service. Thanks for watching my channel, my video. Watch my other videos, and I'll see you again in the next one.